if you have a lot of self-respect and you are stubborn like me and you love your peace of mind, I would stay away from this country, because after so much back and forth, I have decided I'm going to talk about this now. This has to be my worst travel experience, and will I be going back to Egypt? Absolutely not. I had a bitter-sweet experience as a country. I absolutely loved it. My experience there in my resort was beautiful. I loved the resort. I love the treatment I got there. And I'm going to be very honest about that. It was beautiful. The country, beautiful. The people, beautiful. Like, very pleasant. And in spite of the fact that we're the only black people there, it was nice. Like, I can't even say that. I can't even say it enough. Like, I enjoyed my stay. Now, this is something I cannot shake, probably because it is the last experience I have of the place. And all I can say at the moment is I'm fine. I'm recovering. That's why I'm able to talk about it finally. And I hope talking about it will actually help me to like get to a place where I no longer think about like the ugly experiences. At this point, I'm still posting content about like my experience in Egypt and all the lovely things that happened to me in Egypt, just because I I cannot deny the fact that I had like the best time in Egypt. I also cannot deny the fact that I had the worst immigration experience. I'll tell you a little bit of what I heard before like traveling. I already saw a lot of videos on TikTok about how terrible it is at immigrations, how you should be prepared as a black person, how, we're not treated right and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I still want to visit this country. It's stubborn me. So I messaged a friend, Sharon, and I'm like, oh, babe, I know you guys just came back from Egypt. How was it? What did you do? What was it like? And she gave me everything in full details. And she said, you know what, there are two types of visa. You can either do the visa on arrival, some people have done it, no problems, or you go to the embassy in London and actually do the visa. And I'm like, so which one did you do? And she said they sent their documents to London. Apparently you've got two options. So the first option is to send your passport and your documents by post, or you go in person. And then she was like, yeah, just mail the embassy for further information. So I mailed the embassy. Very lovely communication. We were literally like chatting. The person at the other end of the phone was of the mail was very responsive, right? Gave me every information, and he said, right? And he says, please be advised that individuals with Nigerian passports will require a visa of £103. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so fine. Yeah. So we did the visa, everything. Visa came back, and then it comes back, and we're like, oh, they gave us 3 months, but you can only stay 1 month at a time. I'm like, yeah, this is really good. Well, not good, but like not too bad. And we're not obviously going to stay for a month. We get to immigration on arrival, no problems, no hassle. And then I thought, not bad. Not bad at all. So I go to TikTok and I do a little rumble zadu. I didn't know I was going to experience my own. I didn't know I was going to come back here and come and talk and come and do little chit chats about my experience in Egypt. Now, departure day. We leave the hotel 4 hours before the flight's departure. So we go, we check in, collect our boarding passes, and then we head straight for immigrations. Little did we know that it was going to be the worst 2 hours of our lives. We go to the front of this lovely man, and then he looks at me. He's already giving me the side eye. And in my head, I'm like, yes, what's the problem? We're leaving your country. What's the problem? Man. And he says, give me your boarding pass. And I'm like, what does he want his boarding pass to do? Okay, have it. And then he collects my babe's boarding pass too. And he's like, this way. I'm like, who is he referring to? Is it me he's talking to? And then I realized, oh, he's actually talking to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what's happening? And then he calls signals to somebody. That one comes, they speak a little gibberish in Arabic, and then that one goes to our boarding pass, it goes to another person, it goes to, like, it keeps going about.
So what is happening now?
We will go to bank to pay some money and you go.
How much is this?
I don't
Why are
know.
we paying extra?
Please, my
It's
please.
a question now, and you answer me.
Because you stay one days
We
more.
have a visa validity
So we
for
still
3
want this more.
months.
Yes.
We have a visa validity
See.
for 3 months.
If you need something, you can ask it to your gawazat. Yeah, it's not me.
So wait.
I only to help
Why
you.
is it? Why
If
is
you
it
need something,
why is the money we are paying?
not
Where's-
me.
where's the
I
bank?
don't know.
Where's the bank?
We will take you to go to bank to pay.
Okay.
See, it looks like you people don't understand. Is it that you people don't
Please,
know how
my
to read all right?
Please, my red.
We have a visa validity for 3 months. It says stay 1 month. And we have only stayed for 7 days. People are asking us to pay extra. This is so unfair, to be honest. Is it because we don't speak Arabic? Or is it because we are black? What's the problem? No, don't look at me like that, because I'm pissed at this point. We got a visa. We went to the Egyptian embassy to get this visa. We didn't do visa on arrival, just so that we can avoid all this rubbish, because we have heard of stories like this. It's so unfair. We're not paying extra because we don't have any other money to pay in this country. I don't know what you
What
guys
will you
want
do
us
now,
to
yeah?
do. You allow us to go because we have all our papers. We have everything that we need. Babe, I'm pissed at this point. Pay for what? And then it starts to talk and it says, oh, you spent more than 7 days. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? We did the proper visa. We did the visa from London Embassy. What do you mean? Are you joking? Check the visa, £103. We did proper visa, 3 months validity, 1 month at a time. We did not even spend 2 weeks. What are you saying? And then the guy goes, you have to pay. You have to go to the bank. You have to pay. And I'm like, pay for what exactly? I don't understand. Like, pay for what? We are leaving your country. I'm usually like a very cool, calm, and collected person. Me. Wahala. No, I don't used to find trouble. I like very calm person. If anybody was going to lose it, it would have been my babe. But for some reason, I think he was just so exhausted. He was so reasonable. He was like the reasoning part of me. But at that moment, I was not thinking. No, I was thinking. I was thinking. All my instincts, everything that was going on in my brain was, these people are about to cheat us. These people are about to rip us off. These people. And in my head, I'm like, nope, not today. Nobody's going to do that to me. Nobody is going to do that. Have you met me? I am Nigerian. Nobody's going to do that to me. Little did I know that I was just messing around. I was playing with myself and I was joking. And then this guy comes and says, we have to go to the bank and we have to pay. And I said, nope, no such thing is happening. And then later he gives us our passport and boarding pass. And it's like, take, do whatever you like. And in my head, I'm like, what do you mean by that? What's the solution? Like, it felt like nobody knew exactly what was happening. And they kept speaking Arabic. And that was part that was pissing me off the most. I'm like, why are you speaking Arabic to me? You obviously know I do not understand Arabic, right? Like, how are we supposed to communicate? How is there communication going on when you're speaking to me in Arabic, knowing fully well that I'm an English speaker? Like, what exactly is going on? And all I can say is that their embassy is so unorganized. Like, this guy takes us back to Wizz Air's counter, and then they speak a little Arabic, and then the guy turns to us and he's like, you have to listen to what he's saying. You have to listen to him and pay the money. And I'm like, why? I'm like, you can see our visa. Even if he doesn't understand English, you are educated, you speak English, you understand English. You work with Wizz Air. So that means you probably know what happens in London, right? You know London, right? And then I was speaking to him and he was like, calm down. If you do not listen to what he's saying, you're going to definitely miss your flights. Mind you, this was around 9:30 to 10, and our flight was leaving by 11. These people knew that our flight was leaving by 11, and they were ready to waste our time. Now, this is where my babe steps in, and my babe says, baby, calm down. Calm down. Let's hear them out. And then we say, okay, so what's the next step? What are we going to do? And then it takes us to this guy, another guy in bumper jackets, right? No ID card, nothing, nothing. And this guy says, oh, so he was already speaking to another lady. Another woman was there, same situation with us. And my babe was like, CO, same situation with us. And we're like, what's happening? This lady and her family, they're Pakistani, right? They stayed in Egypt 2 weeks. They also did the same type of visa that we did in London, £103. And now they're asking all of us to pay again. And then at this point, I was like, shoot, this is not about race. It has nothing to do about race. It has nothing to do about where I'm from. It has nothing to do with nationality. This is just their system. This is just a visual representation of how messed up their system is. And we said, okay, cool. Let's get this over and done with. How much are we paying? And the guy goes, oh, I don't know. We have to go to the bank. I say, this is Sunday. The bank's open on Sundays. This is almost midnight. Do they open in the night? Do you run like 24-hour service? What exactly is happening? And it's like, come with me. So we go through this very shoddy passageway, and then it's like a very long tunnel. We keep going and we keep going and we keep going. And then finally, we get back to immigrations, but this time it is the back of immigrations, but this is immigrations for arrival. Do you understand? So we get back to arrival where we actually came in when we were coming from London. And I'm like, is this where the bank is? Is this where the bank is? I thought it was skits. I thought it was a joke. And I'm like, okay. What exactly is happening here? My darlings, we went back to the kiosk where they get visa on arrival. $25 visa on arrival. And the guy looks at us and says, oh, it's $25. But since you spend British pounds, bring £20. I'm like, for what? He says, for the visa. Yes, you need to do a visa because you spent one on kinika, because you didn't do kinika. I said, but we have a proper visa. I mean, firstly, if that visa was not valid, if it wasn't original, if it was fake, we would not have been able to enter the country, right? Right. And then at this point, we knew we were going to miss our flights. So we're like, okay, cool, let's just pay. Luckily, I had £20 in my bag, but we still needed to pay for my babe, right? And then we go back and forth, and I say, we don't have cash. We do not have money. We can do transfer if you want transfer. No, transfer. Cash only. Okay, fine. We have some Egyptian pounds with us. How much is this thing in Egyptian? No Egyptian pounds. No Egyptian pounds. Dollars, pounds, dollars, euro. Hey. I'm like, wait, I do not understand what's happening here. You people don't want to spend your own currency for a visa to your own country. You do not mean this has to be a joke. I was so annoyed. I was like, what kind of rubbish is this? I remember that our flight was 11 and we needed to get back to London because I could not even imagine spending one more day in that country. And then the Pakistani woman looked at us and she was like, oh, that no problem. She would give us the £20. I was like, are you serious? Really lovely woman. And then I realized that this is not about race. This is just about a messed up, corrupt system. And guys, I'm just a stranger on the internet. I can't tell you what to do. But me, this is my experience. And if I'm going to be honest, it's not worth it, to be honest. But for a country that earns a lot of its money from tourism, they treat immigrations, treat their tourists like trash. And that is all I can say. If you see the way they search bags, if you see the way they address people at immigrations, hey, if you have a lot of self-respect and you are stubborn like me, and you love your peace of mind, I would stay away from this country because it's not worth it. You might be lucky and go. I know a few people have said they went to this country and there was no problem, but I would say the bad reviews are more than the good reviews. And this is not about race. It's not because I'm black. A Pakistani had the same issue. You could be white, and in fact, I have seen a video of a white person with the same, not this kind of issue, obviously. I think this person had issues with his camera, his gear and stuff. Yeah, it was gear, because I think he's a content creator. He was doing like this whole content thingy, and then at immigrations they stopped him, they collected his gear, and it took forever to get it back. I feel like every country has its own issues, right? And then when I see everything happening in this country, I'm like, where does this remind you of? I'm like, it reminds me a little bit of Nige. But I'm like, in Nige, it's not this bad. No, it's not. It's not this bad. The corruption there. See Nigeria, they are playing beside it. Don't even. Don't. Are you joking? Guys, if the immigration person, like the immigration person is like a mini god. If he says no, then the answer is no. You are not going back, or you are literally going to be stuck. And that's just it. You can't fly. They have so many like security points, and you have to go through each of the. How do you even want to leave immigrations if they have not cleared you? Like, I'm just so grateful to God that it was on departure that I experienced this, because if it was on arrival, it would probably have messed with my whole trip. I am just so grateful to God that it was. I don't know if it is because it's an African country or because it's Egypt. Now, there are like certain factors that can prevent, kind of like, save you from this. If you arrive in the middle of the night, if you are living in the middle of the night, I don't think like a lot of them have like strengths in the middle of the night to be doing all these kind of things. I might be wrong, but I feel like the time of arrival, the place of arrival, I don't know what it is, because I feel like they will even be stricter in Cairo because it's the capital. I don't know what Sharm el Sheikh is like, but like, I don't even think I want to find out. Like, I'm not interested. For a country that I enjoyed so much, I will not be going back. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. And this is my conclusion. The beautiful country, beautiful people, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it.